Hey friends. So yesterday was day 2 of Kyle's event, Freeing All Children Inside and Out. And it was a little mind-blowing. I was kind of stunned. There was a couple of speakers. He had a doctor friend of his, Kim Duramo, spoke, and she did an amazing speech, and then work with someone, and then there was a man who, the founder of Operation Underground Railroad, which is it's a nonprofit dedicated to preventing and breaking up human trafficking, particularly child trafficking. And they work globally, and the stories were just stunning. They were just they were shocking and incredibly moving. And I have to say, the way that the event was conceived, Freeing All Children Inside and Out, meant that there was this incredible, you could never have planned it. This is typical Kyle, like, just show up and let it come through, because you could never have planned to have such a beautiful interplay between inner work, freeing the inner child, and looking at the kind of the restrictions that we carry, the patterns that we carry, the imprinting that we are semi-conscious of, and that can kind of erupt in moments of when we get triggered, but also kind of just runs our life. I had a number of things in that realm show up for me, some of which were sort of familiar, but you lose track of these things and they start to go on autopilot again. That's the thing, is consciousness. We can bringing consciousness to a pattern is wonderful, but there's ongoing work to be done. If we really want to release that pattern, it's not enough just to see it once or twice or 10 times. It's an ongoing consciousness that we are behaving according to programming, and then kind of remembering. So I had a bunch of those. I had a bunch of little vignettes, and some of which might have actually constituted new insight, where I was like, oh, I've never quite understood this pattern this way before. So I could do an hour-long post on those things, but what I felt compelled, what I felt kind of coming out of this event, and it's not even over yet. I have another short session this morning. But what I feel coming out of it is a sense that I was feeling called. I was feeling really moved to ask the question, what am I serving in all the work I do? And it's, again, this is like maybe not new, but I think it's really easy to have a little inkling of what we want to serve, what we want our purpose to be, what we want to make our time and our effort about. And then kind of maybe launch something, move in that direction a little bit. But in my case, I think, maybe I just need to speak about my own personal, my own experience right now, but I have a sense that having just witnessed and having just been engulfed in the experience of really aligning around a purpose that's very near and dear to me, very close to my own kind of deep sense of what my life is about. In other words, presence, the spiritual practice, the practice of being present, being in the now, and allowing patterns and restrictions that prevent that to dissolve, allowing them to fall off, allowing them to go, or allowing them to be there, but being present with them. That kind of speaks to me. That kind of gets me. I don't know what else I care about more, Not music, not theater. All of a sudden I start to see the forms of art, the forms of creative expression that I've explored and that I have skill sets in, as being toolkits, as being really like the kind of like the tool chest in the garage for the expression of something for the expression of something that's actually there to be expressed. I'm not here on this planet to express theater. I'm not here on this planet to express music. I'm certainly, those things are in, they're in my, they're in there, they're in the mix as far as my natural enthusiasm and inclination, but there's something, I've just been connected to something that feels like it's the real juice, it's the real kind of fuel for giving meaning to existence, to my existence, to human existence. There's a kind of sense of connecting with something that really unites all of us, and that gives an opportunity for a whole other kind of healing to happen, right? Not just piecemeal and kind of we learn to compensate for our weaknesses kind of thing, but actual evolution, actual human evolution. And again, the interplay between the sort of outer and the inner yesterday was not only was it in and of itself just an incredible thing to witness, to see this man who founded Operation Underground Railroad working with his own inner child. This is a man who's rescued thousands and thousands and thousands of children, and to see him, this wasn't even really part of the plan. I could tell it wasn't, because Kyle didn't even expect to be on stage for this, but he ended up being on stage with the guy and working on his inner child, and it was just so it was miraculous to watch what happened when this man, whose own inner child pain, unresolved pain, started to reckon with that, even though that was the thing that also had compelled him to, to devote his entire life to preventing human trafficking. It was remarkable. And, but even beyond that, there was a sense that that work, that inner work, provides opportunities, and provides the only way, really, to heal the world, to heal from all the things we need to heal from. The only way that's actually going to work, that's actually going to be effective, is to know that everything is in us. Anytime we heal something in ourselves, we're healing it in the outer world. Everything that is coming to us in the outer world is a mirror of what's in us. So seeing all that and feeling that, it brings me into a place of total kind of humbled the word that comes up is devotion. Feels like something worth being devoted to. So I get to bring this back into my daily life and be informed, and maybe take some steps in that direction. I'm reminded of something that happened to me on a creative visualization workshop a number of years ago. I met my future self, and my future self said to me, "It's as easy as it seems when it all seems too easy." And I was like, wow, I'm poetic in the future. That was a good one. In other words, it's not about picking up a weight and carrying the weight of devoted service, but it's about recognizing what matters and what doesn't, and then just freely, if we live in that recognition, then our energy will freely travel that way, and we don't have to force ourselves to do good things. We can just ride our own inner evolutionary impulse to be in alignment, to be present, to be real. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. But suffice to say, I'm glad I'm here, and I'm really glad I did this. You should come to the next one. They're doing another one. Thanks for watching, folks. Much love. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you. See you soon.